Okay, hold on one sec. Hey there. Hi, Carla. Hey, Louisiana lady. Your message is retracted. Hi, Sakura, Pear Tree, Mandy, Kristen, MC Cams, Jessica. I can't believe how late it is. Carla, Tracy B, Jessica, Sharon, Mary Cam, Linda, Jeanette, LIQ Box. No, not yet. Ivy Lynn, L Jackson. This is it. Hi, mommy. So hi. This is it. Gigi, Jessica. What? No. We know who. It's Cody, I believe, because all the evidence leads to that. This guy Cody, a neighbor, right? That's it. There's no other suspects. There's no arrests because he's dead. So he's a neighbor that killed her. Hey Kelly. Hi Kathy. We'll get more. The autopsies are supposed to be done tomorrow, right? And so there'll probably be more information. But for those of you that don't know, they let out this Cody Taylor's name, 30 years old, and almost 31, be 31 in the beginning of March, a neighbor that lived about 100 yards from their house. And the back of his townhouse leads right out to this wooded area where she was found. I mean, it's like right there. And that it's right between the back of the Napa Auto Parts and the back of his townhome. Oh, I don't know, choking on ashes. 30, almost 31. Almost 31. I think he's 31 within the first week of March. March 7th, March 9th, he'll be 31. You live very close. There are some more facts they're not letting known. Well, yeah, there was stuff found in the garbage. Like last night, we did give this name out, but we said that it did not come from law enforcement. It came from another source that said that they knew the roommate, and the roommate said that this guy, Cody Taylor, killed himself, committed suicide, and they called the police in. Now, the police say they found in the garbage containers critical evidence that is listed on the missing flyer. The only thing that's listed on the missing flyer is her clothing that could be there because her body was found in the woods. This person also said, now again, this is coming from this person that knows the roommate, that it was a boot and a bloody knife that was found in the garbage. Now, law enforcement has not given that out yet, so you take that for what you will, but he was right about the name and everything else. Born in 1989, correct. Remember the silver car with the tinted windows? Well, on Google Earth, I saw that. I did see that. It looks similar to that car. Yes, it does. I did see that. The Google Earth picture is in my last video. It's on the cover there. It's on the cover of my picture. This is it. Yes, it's true. Okay. Well, and they had already, no, not two scenarios. Same scenarios, Carla. There's just a little bit more information coming from people that knew the roommate. Okay, here's law enforcement. Law enforcement says, what do I have all over me? Law enforcement says there's no arrests, there's no suspect, everybody's safe. Okay, that means they know who has. They have the person that did this is dead. They committed suicide. They're not going to release the cause of death to either Faye or to this person. But these two individuals were found nearby one another, okay? The guy lived in the townhouse that's directly backs up to that wooded area. Now they searched that wooded area and they interviewed that Cody Taylor. They searched his house. They found nothing. Then they went into the garbage. And in that garbage, they found critical evidence. They would not say what the critical evidence was. Someone else said that it was a bloody knife and the polka-dotted rain boot. Okay? But that's from the person that gave us his name the night before the police did. It's probably true because they had the guy's name the night before the police did. And they said they knew his roommate. Right, she was put there later. That's correct. She was brought out there later because they had already searched that area. And they knew that she was brought out. So what he probably did, he had her hidden somewhere in his house or in his car or somewhere. He had her hidden. And he brought her right out under the cover of darkness into the woods. And then he probably knew everybody was closing in on him, got scared, and he killed himself, is what I'm just thinking that's what happened. Yeah, we had a real busy day, but I got rest, yeah. So, the tracking dogs, Ivy. Hi, Blue West. What time? You just want to know what time it is. It's exact same time that where you are. It's the exact same time, Blue West. I thought I was coming on earlier, and then I got stuck on the Michaels website. Please, let's not go there. Okay. Which roommate? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so because they alerted the police is what was said there. But anyway, there's no other suspects, the police say, so the roommate, if he's clear, if he does have a roommate. Anyway, the police and the coroner said they're not going to say anything about the cause of death or anything until everything's back from the autopsy. Okay, so it's just a wonder where he was keeping her. Yeah, I don't know, Sari. I mean, could he have kept her in his car and they didn't search his car? I don't know. I had no idea. Could he have had her in a closet under something? You know, I have no idea. We'll find out more. Maybe. But now, the other thing is Gannon. They said tomorrow afternoon. Gannon, there's all this furious waiting. They were because they were digging with shovels today. They were all in a line and they were like checking every bit of snow. And in the groups, there was a weird energy, like, oh, something's about to happen. It's going to happen. The newscasters on Twitter were saying that something was going to happen immediately. They thought there was going to be news tonight. They said the FBI was bringing in response vehicles and all kinds of things like that. Lots of action. Now, let me see if I can see anything else, but I didn't see anything up until a few hours ago. They released the 911 call on Faye. It's very sad. It's her mother calling. It's very emotional, but her mother's calling. She cannot find her daughter, and they put her through to someone. That's what the 911 call is. They did release that. We put a link in the last video. When I think about this little girl. And, oh, really? Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, Janine, you're lucky to be alive. You know, and that's another thing. I do have to say, there's a lot of people that are saying, like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't let my 6.5-year-old play on our porch. It's all subjective to where you live, okay? Where I live, my 6.5-year-old can go on my porch when I'm home for a number of reasons. Because I can see right around my porch. Number 2, I have cameras around my home. Number 3, I have no immediate neighbors. And my neighbors are, you know, I know them well. I've known them for years and years and years. Not that I'm saying that, but they're not neighbors. Like, they're not like right next door to me. Not at all. They're like closest neighbors 1,000 feet away. Okay? So we are very private where we are, and we're well up off the road. We're way, way back up off the road. So do I feel comfortable? Did my kids play there? You know, I'm pretty certain that if they went out and played with Tonka trucks or something on the porch where I could see them, they did. So, but everybody's like, oh, I would never let my kid do that. You've got to really, it's subjective to where you are. Yes, I know that, so I understand that. But you just can't say, you know, I won't let my 8-year-old play in my driveway with the basketball hoop. It's all dependent on where you live and how you keep an eye on them. Okay, but when you hear the mother's call, you can hear in her voice, she wasn't just, you know, you really feel for the woman. I think just to say that is just like rubbing salt in the wound. You know, I don't know for her, but it's not just, you know, I don't know. And I was talking to Jay Bells, I was talking to Jimmy. She knows where I live. It's a totally different freaking thing than living in an area where you have all those townhomes right there and all of that. It's a totally different thing. So you can't just put a blanket statement on something like that. You grew up like that too, no neighbors. I'm surprised none of us fell down and mind you. See choking on ashes? That's the thing where I have to tell my kids, don't go, I have to tell them to this day, do not go into the woods. Why don't go into the woods? Because there are trees that can just like come down or something like that. So we say, stay out of there. There could be a hole. You could, you know, break your ankle in. So no, they have certain parameters they're allowed to be in. But that's what, knock on wood, you know, where our worry lies would always be with the lake. That's why we teach them to swim early, and they know never to go down there without us. And with the woods and stuff like that, you know, more with a if we got a coyote, which, you know, I haven't, but I'm seeing those kind of things. So we were always, you know, right there. Like I was probably always out. I'm trying to even think, like, if I could even think of it, like, go ahead. No, one of us was always usually there. But would I, if I could see a clear shot, my kid playing on the porch for a few minutes, or if they went on the swing set for a few minutes? Yeah, I would feel comfortable with that, because my kids were not wanderers at that age, and they knew where they could go and where they couldn't go, and we had a clear shot of them. No, her street was not private at all, Jeannie. Where she lived, yeah. Whoa, the snow is like falling. I would be really wary where she lived. I would be, because there's a lot, but, you know, I don't know what you know, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to say anything. I'm sure her mother loved her. Her mother would never want any harm to come to her, and her mother is completely heartbroken, and our prayers go out to the mother. And, you know, I'm sure she was doing the best she could. Thank you, Ladybug. You used to dress up a lot, put on my doll in the carriage, go up and down the street. People often take advantage of children that are not watched and vulnerable. My kids in Arizona don't know how to swim young. You can't even keep how many kids drown there. Dave Muncie. Or even maybe a Sasquatch in the woods, yeah. Seriously bad. I understand, Salai. Okay. I believe she lived near public housing. I don't know. Well, you mean public housing? Are you talking about like Section 8 housing? I taught my kids to scream if anyone didn't try to grab them. Listen to that young mother. You could not help but want to cry for her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She has a newborn too. Well, you see, and it could have been that the newborn was colicky. She was trying to get things together. It could be that she didn't have any help. She was trying to do the best she could. The little girl was playing. She might have thought, stay on the porch, you'll be okay. I don't know. I mean, it's really, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's something she's going to, beat herself up with enough guilt the rest of her life. She doesn't need people pointing fingers or saying what they would do or they wouldn't do, He said perhaps Gannon's stepmom used him to carry Gannon. Oh, we'll get to Gannon in a minute. But, it could have been anything. It could have been 15 minutes that she was out of, she says an hour, but you don't know what could be going on. Right, right, Carla. We don't know what kind of relationship they had, that neighbor and the kids. The thing that I find troubling, and maybe we'll find out it's not, when I go on the Google Earth, I see at least 3 kids in that area, just with the Google, maps. It seems, especially someone said if it's low-income housing or if it's Section 8 housing, there's usually a lot of kids in that type of housing, that someone did not see anything that happened, because I highly doubt, just by seeing 3 kids in the Google stuff, that there were not other children that played outside as well, and that someone didn't say, I saw her go off with so-and-so. What did you say, Janine? She said an hour, but we don't know how long she walked around looking for her. Right, absolutely. It's not the mother's fault. You can hear how much she loved her. Correct. You don't blame her one bit. It's just a horrible thing, but not the mother's fault at all. No. Right, Kelly Finelli, yeah. Of the neighbors were a tight community. She may have felt safe. She did the best she could at that time. She will second guess herself. Cut her some slack. Absolutely, snow remover. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that, Apple Snapple. Hope you feel better. It was broad daylight. I doubt that he came upon the porch and took her, or even the yard. Wonder what enticed her off. I don't know. He could have been walking by. It was very close to where she lived. Do you have a button under Mommy Ramblings? When the picture is smaller, hit that button. What are you talking about? Oh, you're not talking to me. Sorry. What did you say? She walked and met her at the bus stop. Right. Absolutely, Salai. I used to see you a lot before, Salai, in here. I haven't seen you in a long time, Salai. Welcome back. Yeah, the mother met her at the bus stop and took her to the house and was in the residence at the time of the disappearance. Yeah, that's what I said, about 100 feet, right? 100 yards. Did they say 100 feet, 100 yards? It was very close. It was very, very close. He could have had a puppy walking it or something. Yes, yes. Correct. So just, you know, sad news all around. You know, too bad, you know, one of the kids didn't see, some kid in the neighborhood, that's what I'm saying, didn't see sooner before anything happened. But yeah, sad situation. Well, now I feel bad. Yeah, she could have had so much going on in her space, right? And who knows what, you know, what the newborn, she could have been breastfeeding the newborn. It could have been not going well. You know how quickly, you know, that goes by. The baby's colic or screaming, and you're trying, and just you need, you know, you've got a 6.5-year-old that's playing quietly on the porch, and you're trying to get stuff done, and who knows, trying to get dinner ready, and that's the worst, usually the worst hour for babies. Hours are during that time, right? The bewitching hour, we used to call it. So yeah, it just it's a lot, especially if she had no help, you know, and he had no criminal record, correct, and he was not known by law enforcement, correct? That's correct. So yeah, they're going to have counselors for the kids at the school. Yes. So it's a sad situation, losing your 5-year-old son for about 4 minutes. I understand. I know when my 4-year-old son, having 5 kids, it's happened with every kid. Whether it happens, you know, when you're in a store for 1 minute and you turn and your child's like disappeared somewhere, right? Or if it's at your house. I mean, a couple of times that Luke being my youngest one, I know when he was about 4, and he was not a wanderer or anything like that, because I had one that was a wanderer, and we had to put a big alarm system in the house and all these locks, but he wasn't. But I freaked out. Living near a lake, I freaked out. See, it wasn't an abduction. It's never for me. Never an abduction that I ever fear. It's the lake. Even though they know, but it's the first thing. It's the lake. That's what it is for me. So I freaked the hell out, you know. Jimmy was at work, and my son Ray was there, and I just started screaming. Like I was like almost in like panic attack mode, because I don't even waste. This is my problem, and anytime this has happened, I don't waste time looking in the house when I think about the lake. So like I'm freaking, because my last 2 kids, like they would never even go down the drive, like they were really good. So I'm like, how good? I don't know where you. And I'm beside myself. I'm calling Jimmy. I don't know whether should I call the police. Well, guess where he was? He was in the family room, and they had one of those like kiddie trampolines with the big handle that he crawled under that and fell asleep. Yeah. But I was so freaked out. Of course, I'm like, how could he, you know, and I'm running up and down the road, and I just beside myself. And then I forget who found him, whether it was my son or I. We saw 2 little feet sticking out, and there he was. But you don't forget that. Okay. And we've all, I think every parent's had that at least once with their child, and it's something. And so you can really understand what that mother is going through on that call. She probably feels in her gut, this is not like her daughter. There's something wrong. Her daughter would be there. And I don't care. I mean, We were at a band concert. Now our town in the summer has these old-fashioned kind of band concerts, and we used to go to them all the time. And my daughter was like 10 years old at the time, okay, and definitely a very responsible kid. Well, my sister and I were there with all of our kids, which is 5 together, and we were getting our things and leaving. I couldn't find my daughter, okay? So I freaked out. Who's crying right now? Who's crying right now? You had a huge alarm system? Yes, I had that too. I had it where it made a big chime, Salai, but still I never took that. I would say I didn't hear the chime, but if I couldn't find my kid, I didn't waste time. I didn't wait. I'm telling you, it was something. So I thought my daughter, and I was freaking out. My sister and I were talking, and I'm like, I can't find her. Oh my gosh, I don't know where she is. And there was this creek behind there, and someone said something like, did the kids go in the creek? And I'm like, I just went nuts. And it ended up that, again, they were somewhere that it wasn't, I don't know where they were, but they were nearby and not in any danger, but I just freaked. Oh, you lost your daughter too once when the phone rang, right? Total panic, right? It's a complete panic. So, and you don't forget it. And usually, it'll happen. And for 99, probably 98% of us, it doesn't end in a tragedy. But we'll never forget that. Now, for this mother, it ended in a horrible, horrible tragedy, and she needs support. And, her life will never, ever, ever, ever be the same. It will never be the same. So she definitely needs support, not judgment, not to be condemned. It takes 1 second. That's absolutely right. There, but for the grace of God, go all of us with our kids, So, what happened? I lost my daughter twice, both times in JCPenney. My daughter crawled under the laundry pile and went to sleep. Right, Carol? Yeah, I know, right? I had one that was standing in the shower, and I had everybody, that was my son, all my neighbors around here, we're running. I almost jumped in the lake in April because I thought I saw him floating in the lake. He was back up at the house just going, shall we? Right, Judy. Absolutely, Ladybug. Yeah, Ruth. Yeah, the grandparents, the parents, yeah. JCPenney, me too. 7 kids, and I've 3 experiences like that. Yeah, I had more than my share with my third one. He was something else. He was something else. Because you see how I have this house here and I have my other house? He at 3 years old came down. This house is 200 feet from my house, okay? He flew down the driveway while we were outside. My son and I, my 4-year-old and I were putting the slide on the swing set because you take it in the winter, right? So we were putting it on and he was helping me, and we see the 3-year-old right there. Turn around, 3-year-old's gone. Where's the 3-year-old? We're looking for everything. He walked down here to see my mother without telling us. Okay? My mother said he was ringing the doorbell. That was crazy. So, and there's no cell phones then, so we're looking everywhere in the yard, same kind of thing. Then that same kid did that to me 6 months later. My daughter had she was very sick. We had just gotten back from the doctor. I'm getting her on the couch with the juice, all the stuff. And where's he? Where'd he go? You know, he walked down again. That's when I got the whole, that's it. That was it. Because the deadlocks, I got the deadlocks the first time. The deadlocks didn't stop him. So then I got that whole alarm system with the big chime. But he thought he could just walk on down here like no problem. But anyway, your son hid in the neighbor's doghouse, had everyone searching. I lost my mind. He wouldn't answer. Yeah, Elaine, I was so affected by the last time my little guy did that, I was so on hyper alert. Like every minute I was going, where is he? Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Where's Michael? Where's Michael? And that's the time he hid in the shower on me. And because I was so frazzled by those 2 times, I had everybody on the lake looking for him. And my neighbors kept going to me, did you check the house? Did you check the house? And I kept saying, I can't bother with the house. I called his name. We've got to go out and look at the lake. We can't waste any time. He could be dead, right? So I had everybody and their brother out here on screaming in the woods, in the lake. And then, I don't know, then they said, Carolyn, you have to go back and check the house. And so I did, and that's when I found him in the shower. And then I was like, I was half, I felt bad. I was like, he's here, he's in the shower. But then I was still so panicked from that we had like a lake association meeting. And I swear I said, I couldn't even talk about it without crying. And I said, if I hadn't had 2 kids that I raised past the age of 3, before that I would have felt like the worst mother in the world. Because this kid like did this stuff like 3 times like that. And I'm just like, and this time he was in the house and I was so freaked out. I had everybody looking. So it's scary. Your sister had a pond and twins. I babysat them and got me. Yeah, right. Absolutely, Ivy. It just takes 1 second. Right, Hennessy. It could have happened to any of us. That's, she was not going to run away from home, kind of like Gannon. It's getting very icy and cold. I hope he is fine. Any of us could be at a loss right now. Always watch and always be this. Don't think it cannot happen. Oh, yeah, it can happen. I mean, my sister even had, she had to move into a condo because they had a job and her husband was on the road for something. It was going to be a long time that he was on this job site. So they relocated for just a little bit to Virginia and lived in, it wasn't public housing or anything like that. It was a nice condominiums, nice townhouses, but there were mailboxes. And her 3-year-old used to go every day with her to the mailbox. Well, when she was getting something, she turns around, where's her 3-year-old? At the mailbox, right? Yeah, my sister freaked out. But it takes 1 second. And they just think, oh, I go to the mailbox every day. I'm 3. I can go to the mailbox on my own. It's just, and I have no idea. Back in the 50s, lived in an apartment above a country store. The neighbor's son locked me in his apartment. Oh, gosh, Kathy. It's on a website, and they were discussing the possibility of tea using harnesses. Your oldest is 38. When I think of the stuff I used to let him do, I can't believe it. Yeah, better have it. She dropped her off on Ulta. It's running around like a loon, hysterical. Ah, Sharon. Yeah, we do. We get absolutely hysterical, and it doesn't matter. It's like I said, my daughter was 10. She might have been 11 when and it was like, where the heck is she? I just like freaking like, where's she gonna drive? Even that, it's still. So yeah, I really feel for the mother. It's she's going to need a lot of support, a lot of and the sad thing is, there are going to be those people that are, the ones that can't help themselves, will go on there and start with the accusations, because they always are. That's what I'm saying. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people. Minister killed his wife and son in Sugar Land, Texas 2 days ago. Tried to kill his daughter in another attack. What happened? He then killed himself, but she survived? Really? Gannon, among other things. It was in 19... Wow. Sorry to hear that. I would drive there to see if the car was there. Yeah. Carol, yep. Scary stuff. Absolutely, Hennessy, can happen. Yeah, you're darn right it can. You're darn right. If I can, oh my gosh, yes. Once I called the campus police because I could not reach my daughter at college, and what happened was, she told me she wasn't going to drive home, but she ended up that she did drive home, and she got so tired on the way that she went to someone's house that she knew, and it was warm, so she just said, I'm just going to close my eyes. I want to do it in a safe place. I'm just going to close my eyes in your driveway. So she was taking a nap in this person's driveway, okay? And meanwhile, I'm freaking out because I don't know where she is. She was trying to surprise me, okay? So I'm calling campus police. They're going to the dorm. They're saying she's not there. They're scanning the college. And then about an hour later or so, she woke up and she's like, she sees all the messages on her phone and what's going on? And I'm like, you can't, I don't need any surprises like this, because it was for my birthday or something. I don't know what it was. And she was saying that she couldn't come down, but she really was. But then she got really tired. So, yeah. And she was only like half an hour from home. It was crazy. So, yeah. You never stop worrying, right? Anytime there's an accident or something, yeah, if it's in their vicinity, yeah, absolutely. No, what was I going to say? He got used to calling you, got to school. All I needed was to be told he's here, that's it. Makes you wonder how many days or weeks or months he planned this. Yeah, I don't know, Lonnie, right? I was laying in bed listening to these helicopters all week, and my heart was so heavy listening to that. And I have a grandson in the same grade and age. Oh, wow. In the same school, Salai? They will not realize the worry until they have children of their own. Right, absolutely. I had a hoot. Yeah, I did. I truly did. That child was definitely that one. I used to be like, you're taking 10 years, 20 off, 20. And I was like 10 years off my life, 20. I'm like, oh my gosh. Kids laugh at you because you worry so much. I can't help it. Maybe I watch too much true crime. No, I think it's just natural with most mothers. I don't know. I freak. So, yeah, so again, oops, there goes that snow falling. Jay Bells was outside for a minute. She's like, "Oh my gosh." I said, "What?" She's like, there's sounds. There's really loud sounds." Well, I don't know if you guys know, but the lake, and I wanted to make a video of this, kind of like ASMR, because people like it. And there's a word for it. It's at a loss right now. But the lake, the ice on the lake makes tremendous sounds, okay, as more water freezes, like because the water on top, I mean, the ice is thick now, but it was frozen, then it thawed, remember, and then now it's really frozen. Now it's 0 degrees. So it makes these like booming sounds, and of course it echoes, and she was like freaking out. And I have to, it's expanding, it's contracting, but now there's another sound where I don't understand, it's falling, the snow is falling in parts. I don't know whether it's the wind, but it's right down, and it makes these huge things. So we were playing Scrabble earlier, and it was like we kept jumping every time we heard it until we finally got a little bit used to it. But hey Diana, how are you? Aw, snow. I never let my kid, I always drove them till the day he graduated. He may have been killing. What are you saying, Julie? Who are you talking about? Hey, Cheryl. So with Gannon, now I'm just going to check something, because all day everybody has been waiting for something to happen with Gannon, right? I mean, that's how it's been in these groups, and that's how it's been on Twitter. And people thought something was going to happen, that there was some big major development. In fact, one of the groups that I'm in wanted to stop all posts because that there was going to be this huge announcement any moment. Let me see if it's still here. Okay, so someone said, let's see here. And what's happening is there's so many rumors and things being spread around these groups that they wanted to, just to stop everything from going in them. But this one guy on Twitter, okay, a news reporter, they're leaving now, he says, okay? These are the crews, and you can see it says that they were leaving as the sunset gets close. So he's the same guy, though, that was saying earlier, what did he say? Let me see. Okay, come on. I'm trying to get where his, okay. If they were, this is north of Palmer Lake, he said. The 2 FBI evidence response trucks were rolling up there, and that was 10 hours ago he posted that. And then he said, these teams are not leaving a single inch of ground untouched. They're combing with shovels and poles while walking shoulder to shoulder. So if you didn't see it, there's teams of people shoulder to shoulder, and they have poles and they have orange shovels, and they're just going through every inch of snow with their feet, with the shovels, with the poles, and just looking like crazy. to find any sign, and it says there's a canine crew that was searching areas off of the highway. They had a group of El Paso County Sheriff staff pulled up to the stock home, and then they got into their cars and left. And a neighbor said that he saw dogs go into Gannon's house. Okay. But there's also another one. Where he says that they told him like something was going to happen very, very, very soon, and they needed to stay alert or aware of something. But I mean, I'm trying to find out where he said and that's how a lot of people felt, but that's not what happened. And then the update from the El Paso County Sheriff was update: 88 people searching southern Douglas County today. We received 516 tips. Anybody with information, please call 719-520-6666. But people just thought something was going to break today. Meaning yesterday, but it didn't. And then they left for the day is what he got there. But let's see if he says. Oh gosh, see, that scares me every time. You hear that? Yeah, there's not. Why do you think they're searching these areas now? I don't know, MC Campsite. Maybe they're getting tips on them. Maybe, who knows? Oh, I don't know. I just go to. Hey, Sunflower Brown. Yes, the dogs make you think it's connected to the search of North. Maybe they should be looking at the place. I'm sure they are looking at all those places. Maybe, Lonnie, yeah. But what did I say? I think they did have dogs there, Woody. They found her relatively soon. It's not a case like Gannon. They say no, they haven't, Ivy. I just saw a post that the mother is there and she's not leaving. That's what I just saw. Yeah, I don't know that yet, Carol, at all. I don't know that about the roommate of the guy. I'm sure he's been checked out. If that's, whoops. Again, remember, law enforcement didn't talk about the roommate. That came from the web sleuthing website. He was right about the name, so he's probably credible, but we still, It's not by law enforcement yet. I want to see if there's anything. Hang on. Wow, there's so many. Oh, wait. So here's something that's in. Oh, come on, get away with this. The death of Faye Swetlik, the missing South Carolina 6-year-old whose dead body was found Thursday, is linked to the death of a man whose body was found shortly after. The man, identified as Cody, C-O-T-Y, Scott Taylor, 30, was a neighbor of Faye's. Taylor was found dead in his home, but officials will not release the cause of death until after his Saturday autopsy. The deaths are linked, and this is said by Antley of the KC Department of Public Safety, Evan Antley. Authorities believe there is no active threat to the community, adding that police are not looking for any additional persons of interest. He said that Faye was found dead in the wooded area, while Taylor, who lived approximately 150 feet away from Faye, was found dead in his home. Authorities located Faye's body after finding an important piece of evidence in the garbage can belonging to Taylor's address. He declined to say what it was, but he said that it would have been something that was on Faye's missing persons flyer. He said that authorities found Taylor dead moments after finding Faye. Taylor, according to Antley, has no criminal history, was not previously known to law enforcement. During the investigation, authorities had spoken with Taylor. Faye was a first grader at Springdale Elementary School. She was reported missing by her family after she disappeared after getting home from school on Monday afternoon. 2 memorials have sprung up since the discovery of Faye's body, one in her neighborhood and the other at her school. At Friday's press conference, during which he appeared near tears several times, Antley said yesterday was a tough day, possibly the toughest day of many law enforcement careers. Okay, so now here's something else about. We're learning more about the man linked to Faye Swetlik. He has no criminal history and was not known to law enforcement. The 30-year-old has been linked to 6-year-old Faye Swetlik. He was a neighbor. He was not a relative. He was not a friend. He was merely a neighbor that lived in Churchill Heights. He graduated from Bluffington High School in 2007. He was enrolled at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort later that year, but then transferred to USC Columbia's campus in 2008. However, he withdrew from school in the spring of 2009. We have also confirmed that he worked at Jimmy John's restaurant in Columbia for a period of time, but left in 2015. Police have not yet said how Taylor and Faye's deaths are linked. Trying to see if there's anything. that's about it right now. So, I'm like, what is that? Somebody said there's another missing child in Colorado, a 2-year-old. Did you hear that? There's a 2-year-old in the Denver area or something that's missing. I wonder if he had a car. Well, we'll find out more tomorrow, I'm sure. Maybe someone murdered Cody. Okay, Deborah. I don't think so. I mean, I have his Facebook page too. I have his Facebook page. There's hardly anything on it. There's hardly anything on it. You can find his Facebook page easily. It's Cody. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, Taylor. Cody Scott. You can put Cody Scott Taylor and then put South Carolina, and you'll see it. He says Jimmy Johns for his occupation. But there's really nothing on it to glean anything from. Hey Ninja, how are you? Yeah, sad story. Welcome back. Really sad. Yep, very sad. Anyway, we went to visit an abandoned resort today. You know, the kind that they make YouTube videos about? That's where we were. And then we went to the Dollar Tree, we went to Tractor Supply, and then we went out to dinner. And Jimmy rushed the hell out of us in the Dollar Tree because he thought it was me that wanted to, and then I was so pissed. I was like, J-Bells really wants to be here. She wants to get stuff. And he's like, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that she wants to be here really much. I think that you really want to be here. And everyone's starving and stuff. And then we still have to go to try, you know. So it was one of those. So I said to her, tomorrow, I think I'm going to take us out alone without Jimmy. And so that, because we can get some things before she goes back. We went to a restaurant around here, Sharon, not a chain or anything. Yeah, it was good. And what else did we do? And then we watched a lot of crime stuff. We played Scrabble. And we went to the abandoned resort that she used to go to as a little girl. She used to travel all the way from Michigan to this resort. And she's asked me to go to this resort, like, gosh, back in like November, okay? She said, when I come, can we go to that resort? And I looked and it was abandoned. And I was like, yeah, we'll go by. I thought we'd just take a drive by. And then Jimmy was driving and the kids were like, I want to go to an abandoned resort. I want to go to an abandoned resort. And we couldn't find it, then we found it, then we ran into this really nice guy, and we're like, he was working on some new homes in the area, and we're like, is that the abandoned resort? And he's like, yeah. And Jimmy's like, she used to go here as a little girl, you know. So they're, oh, really? Yeah, I wish I knew it was someplace when it was happening, you know. Yes, Sunflower Brown, yep. He's like, that was someplace, I really don't remember it, but it was someplace. He's like, you know, so then, like, instead of saying, like, you better stay away from there, Jimmy go, and which I was a little bit hoping, because I was nervous, right? Because there's snow and there's ice, and anyway, he says, you could go right up over there, you can walk through, you'll go through the old tennis courts, you keep on walking, you'll be able to see the old pool, and this pool has, I took a video, and I'm going to put the video up, and I'm also going to put the pictures of the resort in its heyday. But there's a bridge, it's weird. It's like this, thing over the pool, and that's still standing. And they all went up on it, all of them, and above over the pool. And then they like peered into the buildings. But we didn't let anybody go in the buildings because you don't know about the floors or the ceilings or anything like that. So they just peered in. And she was really happy to go back and see it, even in that condition. Yeah, I'll have a video. Luke took video, but Jimmy and I took a lot of video of it. But I want to put it together with the pictures of the resort in its heyday as well. So we did that. And at first I wasn't going to go all the way in. I was like, you guys go ahead, I'll be fine, right? And then everybody's like, no, come on. So then I'm like, okay. And I came in there and I said, if I see anything like there's been any like squatting in here or any shooting galleries, we are out of here. But I didn't see any of that. I didn't see anything like that, or I would have been gone and took everybody with me. But thankfully, there was none of that around. It wasn't. They even had like the old, the wooden lounge chairs, the ones that like the wood slats and the wood wheels, and they have the thing that goes up like this and then back. They had a bunch of those like in a pile. They had parts of the divider curtain that were in the middle of the rooms and, stuff like that. You watch channels? Yeah. We didn't go too far into the building. I didn't want to go, into the buildings worrying if the ceilings collapsed or something, but they did climb on top of the pool bridge. Is it supposed to be scary? What? No, I don't want it to be scary. I don't want it to be scary. So, it was good. Not Adirondack chairs. They're lounge chairs. They're like cots, wooden ones, and there were even cushions from them. Like that, there were a couple of cushions that were out from them. But like we walked through. It wasn't even that bad. Like I had sneakers on. The snow was like packed down, and then there was a little bit of ice. Just said to be careful. But then you walked onto the old tennis courts, and then like on an old walkway kind of thing. The news said that the what? Police had talked to him, and they were asking neighbors if they had seen her. Right, yes, they had spoken to him already. Correct, that's correct. No, they're just very old-fashioned retro lounge chairs. Did I get anything nice? Well, we went to dinner, and he got me some candy. And like Jay Bells and I said today, we're like, where's the big chocolate heart with all the candy? And he's like, I know. And then he's like, I'm like, oh, you gonna get them tomorrow when they're half price? I said, and then she's like, yeah, just pretend that you left them in the car or something, but I didn't get them, I don't care about stuff like that. We got other candy. I don't have to, we're doing other things. We're out exploring abandoned resorts and going to dinner and going to we went to the dollar store and to the Tractor Supply, and I got some things in there. I got some things in there that were better than candy. I got this really cute bird feeder. It's in the shape of an owl. It's big. It's like this big. And it's like one of those no-no feeders, so the only kinds our birds don't destroy. And you fill the owl, like all around the owl fills with seed. But then there's a door inside the owl's belly, and it's painted really nice. And you put the suet in that part. Really cute. I liked it a lot. And then I made Jimmy they had a red union suit. It was really cute, and he did like a little dance, a Valentine's Day dance after Jay Bells went to bed because he was embarrassed to do that kind of stuff around her, and thankfully. But The kids got a kick out of it because he acts like a goofball. And so he got that. And what else did I get? I got a windmill, something else. And what else did I buy at Tractor Supply? I got some other stuff. I can't even think of what I put in the cart. Some stuff for the dogs. And suet, yeah, it's like it's this thing you feed birds, Porter. It's this fat stuff. Yeah, that sounds really nice. And I picked up a bunch of stuff that I wanted at the other place, the Dollar Tree and stuff. I picked up some craft stuff that I wanted. And what else did I get? Oh, a couple of different baskets for organizing. Jimmy was in a onesie, yeah. I picked it out because he has one, and we laugh at it because he has one, and I saw this at the Tractor Supply, and I'm like, this is too funny. It was among the Long Johns, and it was on sale, because they were getting rid of all the not Christmas stuff, like the winter stuff. Believe it or not, it was 0 degrees, yeah. And I said, oh, this, and he got it, and then he's like, after J Bells went to bed, he's like, she in bed? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and he does this little stupid dance. So he goes, this is for Valentine's Day. Yeah, so yeah, he does a stupid dance. And then the kids are like, Dad, let me see. Like he walks like on like Fred Flintstone toes and makes almost it's embarrassing. You saw a leprechaun onesie at Target today? Yeah. They like it. They like it. Woodpeckers like it a lot, Potter. They like it a lot. It keeps them, in the winter up here it's freezing, so it helps them. So yeah, I mean, so what are we talking about? I stepped away for a moment and we were on, I can't handle talking about babies anymore. Babies being, right, we got to mix it up a little bit. Got to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, 2-scooter, yeah. Okay, what was I gonna say? So yeah, so tomorrow I said, she's like, because we didn't get out much, and she's like, oh, I have to get some things, but then I don't know, after Jimmy was rushing the crap out of us, and then he brought over a bunch of drawing tools today. I guess he thinks she's gonna sketch something, I don't know. But I figure maybe her and I will just go out somewhere tomorrow. He cleared it. He finally cleared it, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. So, yeah, that's another thing. I'll get her up to the house sometime between tomorrow and Sunday. But we camped out. I mean, like I said, it was fine. We were here. We were good. It would have been nice to have more days to go out and do stuff. Maybe and maybe not, because she hadn't been feeling all that great, and we did stuff here, but she had a good day. Felt better. Well, Jimmy draws, but no, J Bells draws. 13 minutes till 333. Okay, thanks. But what else did we do? And then we were going to make brownies when we got back, but I don't know, we never did, and we had candy and stuff instead. I don't know. She wanted junior mints. We could only find the junior mints that were like Easter eggs. We couldn't find the regular junior mints. He was annoying, 2-scooter. He was so freaking annoying that I had to say, look, stop it. J Bells wants to be here. She wants to get stuff. And he's like, if that's true, that's fine, but I don't think that's true. And then he's like trying to whisper or whatever, and she's coming around literally right behind him, right? And he's backing up, and I'm like, watch out, you're gonna hit her. So But, and then and I'm telling her, I'm like, I told Jimmy that you want to be here. So, and she was picking up some things. We got water buffalo ears. And you know how I say the same thing comes up sometimes, like 3 times? Well, Luke said something about water buffalo. And then the picture on the Google Chrome was a water buffalo. Then today we were looking at dog treats and I pulled out these huge ears and I said, what are these? And she said, are they pig's ears? And I said, no, they're water buffalo ears. And we both looked at each other because I have been telling her that things keep coming up like 3s like that. And you say something and this water buffalo has been like this, bam. And I'm like, there's the water buffalo. I know, Hennessy, and they usually do, but they only had the little eggs, which we did get. We'll look somewhere else tomorrow. But she never had malted milk balls, so she got a pack of those. Jimmy made her get a pack of those. I'm not a big malted milk ball fan, but he said that because Casbat had sent over the Maltesers, that she should try the malted milk balls. I'm watching news on the 2 missing kids following the mom and the new husband. They may flee to Mexico. Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was from Ollie's. That was from Ollie's. And I mean, she could get those. They are in Ollie's. I don't know if they're there anymore. We do have to go down that way on Sunday, so I don't know. We'll see. But I should be able to find some tomorrow. We'll be able to find some tomorrow. Walmart has them and stuff. Hey, honey badger, yeah. What did I get today? Anything crafty? I got a few craft things. Jimmy was rushing the hell out of me. I was getting so agitated with him. Then when we got to Tractor Supply, he was okay, of course, because there was more stuff to look at that he liked. He's rushing the hell out of me in Dollar Tree. Whoppers. Yeah, didn't I say Whoppers? Hey, tattoo girl. So, yep. We did that, and then we went out to eat, and then we came home, played Scrabble, watched some Murder Made Me Famous things, and then we had some tea, then everybody started going to bed. What did I order at Michael's? I didn't finish, Ivy. I couldn't stop. I kept looking, and I couldn't stop. Just looking at some craft stuff. I don't know. I have so many napkins that I got for decoupage that I'm just looking at things. We walk in the door and he's looking to leave. Yeah, I know, right? Are you done yet? Are you finished yet? Do you really need that? Do you need that? Come on, you don't need any more of that. Well, come on, you don't need to bring any more of that. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But then in Tractor Supply, there's none of that. But he was buying, they bought 10 like Slim Jims in there, 10 of those Italian sodas. Okay, this is in Dollar Tree. What else did they buy? 10. Oh, he's buying candy like crazy in there. But that's okay. Like he gets his stuff, throws out the whole thing in the cart. And I'm just getting a few things, and it's like got to be a big freaking deal. Where Are the Children wasn't on tonight. Where Are the Children was on tonight? Where Are the Children? Which one? What do you mean, Where Are the Children? A Stranger Is Watching, you mean? What? Do you mean the Dateline? Oh, I know what you mean. The Dateline? Yeah, and that's another thing he did. Do you know I used to watch the This Is Us, right? This Is Us, the one on NBC? Well, last year when they stopped on hiatus after they found that Jack's brother was still living, right? We had every episode on the DVR all the way through to this season. And I just said to Jimmy, I can't believe we haven't watched it yet. We have to really get caught up on that. Today, he says our cable box stopped working, so he had to bring it back to Spectrum, and they gave him a new one, which means I lost everything I had on my DVR, which is all my This Is Us. You hate This Is Us? I missed all the episodes, Ivy. That's it. I'm done. I'm done, though, Hennessy. All the episodes are gone. I stopped it where they found his brother, and now I don't have any episodes. Just get it on NBC? Can I get it all on NBC? My Spectrum will let me go over there and get it on demand? I hope so. From last season? From last season too, I'm going to get it? I hope so, Ivy. I hope you're right. Because I'm pissed about that. He goes, well, you should have watched them. Yeah, I know. And that's what I was saying. I was going like this. Like, you know what I said to him? I'm like, stop it. Stop it. We're happy. Stop it. Having a good time. Stop it. You're being a brat. You're being a brat. You know, it's all because he's hungry. When he's hungry, he's like a little child. And he'll never admit it. He will never admit that it's because I'm hungry. Like, he'll say he's hungry, but he'll never admit that's why he's acting that way. He'll say, oh no, I would act this way anyway. No, you wouldn't. It's like hunting with the game warden. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I will have to look at that movie. Is it a horror? Which one? Has anyone seen The Parasite? Oh, no, my daughter did see it. She said it was very, very good. She saw it when it was in theaters. She said it was very, very good. Hangry, right? Yeah. I mean, I can get hangry too, but I'll know. Like, I'll understand that it's because I'm hangry. Okay? But he's not. He'll be like, no, it's just we've got to get out of here. You know, just crazy stuff. I think it's on Hulu. I really do think it's on. Okay, I have Hulu. I'll be okay then. I was just pissed because as he's running out of the door, he's like, we have no choice. It doesn't work. I'm like, I lost. He's like, you lost everything. No, we went over something yesterday about, what did we go over yesterday about the Vallow kids? I mean, it was, there's no, I mean, no news. I go listen to last night's. It really wasn't that much on them. Just what their aunt said, and what their mother said, and what their mother's friend said, that Lori, she said, it was the mother's friend. I went over it last night. Yours is the same, Jacqueline? Yeah. Hey, Nanette. So anyway, I'm going to call it a night here in about 3 minutes. Because I do want to go, like I said to her, look, we'll go out tomorrow, because she's like, she wants to get things like she can't get in the UK, like a leave. The UK is kind of ridiculous. I'm sorry to the people that live in the UK. I'm sorry. But you guys are a little bit ridiculous on some of the things you don't allow. Okay. She's been on like a root beer overload. So today I said to her, look at these. We were in Tractor Supply, and they had like big bags of root beer drops and lemon. So I said, look, you could get root beer drops and you can suck on the root beer. And so she got a bag of those. But she can't get a leave. You know, you can't get a leave over there. You can't get your the over-the-counter pain relievers that you could get here. You can't get that there. You can't get a lot of stuff there that we have here. So I'm just like, don't worry about it. She's like, because we were right by freaking Walgreens. And I'm like, yeah, we could have used Apples and Apples discount. But But what was I going to say? I said, don't worry, we'll go out, because she's like, I'll probably have to get it down in the city, and I'm like, yeah, we'll probably go out tomorrow, and we won't bring Jimmy. So that was good. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that mayonnaise? No, I don't know about mayonnaise. Aleve, yeah, it's a pain reliever. It's naproxen sodium or something. We don't have a Costco here, Sharon. But she wants to get that. Like, you can't get melatonin over there. You can't get a lot of stuff over there. So she's going to load up on all the contraband. You know they only sell little tiny baby yogurts over there? You can't get a full-size yogurt. There it is, 3333. They have only little tiny baby yogurts. Everything is tiny. $3,333. They don't sell a lot of stuff in bulk or big packs of stuff. No root beer. They don't like it. Sugar taxes. No pepper spray. Beauty Rest. It has collagen in it. That's nice, Robbie. Is your skin looking lovely? Naproxen. Oh, really? Crazy, Evie. That's not true. She told me it is true, Kazbat. She told me there were only baby yogurts. She told me that. You take that up with her. She said that's all they sell. They're baby yogurts. She said that, Kazbat. She had a baby yogurt. She was eating it. I said, do they have a big yogurt? I said, what kind of yogurt is that? Why are you eating the little baby yogurt? She said, that's all they have here. You have what? In brew? What is that? Do you know what I mean by a baby yogurt, Kazbat? It's the little, it's not actually like here we have baby yogurts. It says Yo Baby. But this was a regular yogurt, but it was in a little baby size. And I said, they don't have a regular size yogurt? And she said, no, this is the only size they have here. It's weird, Carolyn. That's pretty, I think those are pretty much almost her exact words. Might have a couple of it. She said something like, it's weird here. That's all they have. Little tiny baby yogurts. You have big yogurts? That's not what I heard, Evie. I heard there are only little tiny baby yogurts. You people try to limit the portions, and the Americans are so big on the portion size. You'll send me a picture? Okay, choking. You don't get Aleve over there and other pain relievers. Maybe a certain brand? Maybe. She said it was a yellow brand. It was mango yogurt, and it was tiny, and it was little, and it was a baby size. A big yogurt, like a regular size yogurt, like 6-8 ounces at least. These are the little teeny tiny little baby yogurt. USA is supersized, yeah. No root beer. What else? No junior mints. Yes, I have a Facebook page. I have a number of Facebook pages. Why? Go to True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings or Mommy Ramblings. Can get codeine. You can get codeine and paracetamol over the counter. You can get codeine over the counter. Good. That is small. I thought no. Like Sharon, you know the Yo Babies little tiny yogurts. my kids eat, the little teeny tiny little yogurts are like, they're probably not even 4 ounces. That's what she had. And I'm like, why are you eating a little teeny tiny baby yogurt? And she's like, this is all they have here. And then my sons came over and they saw all the candy she brought. And then Luke is going, listen to this one. Mom, can you get any more of those digestives? Now, doesn't that sound, for you people that are not in the UK, okay, just turn your ears away. We already discussed that twice today, Pitbull. Very sad, very sad. When you hear the word digestive, do you think of a good tasting cookie? Probably not. You're thinking of something your grandmother would eat to help her stay regular, right? In the UK, digestives are what they call cookies. And they have a whole section of digestives. And these one digestives that she brought had a chocolate side, and Luke loved them. And he ate the last one tonight, asking anybody if they wanted a piece. You think of probiotics? Yeah. So when Jimmy heard the word, he's like, digestives? That doesn't sound delicious. And I had told her that too. You love digestives? So then he's like, can we get digestives? I just can imagine at school. I have these great cookies. They're digestives. It's a biscuit. Yeah, right, Mandy. I understand that's what you call them. So yeah, you have them in Canada? Okay, well, I'm going to have to look. So anyway, for a Cricket Mystery Box. So my son came in, he saw this big box of these candies, and he started to say, and I had thought about it too, because he's like, it'd be really neat, like, if there was this site and somebody would go and somebody would pack a box like that of the UK candies, and then they would get another box of the US candies, and people could get what they wanted in the Canada and like all the countries, France. And then he's like, but they probably already have something like that, right? And I said, yeah, they probably already do have something like that, but it's a good idea. And then we got on how he's on the Dollar Shave Club, and it's the biggest freaking scam he's ever been on. And Jimmy's saying, no, the Dollar Shave Club was okay. Wasn't a scam, but he got out of it because he's on Harry's or something. And then my son was saying it was ridiculous. He couldn't cancel, and he was being charged $60 a month. And so he just canceled his credit card instead. And I said, you should make a YouTube video about your problems with this Dollar Shave Club. I'm going to start calling cookies digestives. I know. Say, oh, would you like some tea and digestives? I have the chocolate coated ones. I've never looked at the cookie aisle so much since joining this channel. Really? Really, Two-Scooter? Yeah, I had to get used to that's what we call a cookie. They call a biscuit. We have small shops that sell American candy. Yes, Samantha. She was charged like an arm and 2 legs for a box of stovetop stuffing and root beer and Funyuns. Oh yeah, she's got to take Funyuns home. And she got my kids on Funyuns now too. Now my kids eat Funyuns. So she has to get Funyuns because in the UK, they charge arm and a leg for those. The Belvita crackers, see the Belvita crackers, Stephanie, I would say is a digestive, right? Are you saying they're like the UK digestives? Do they have ones that are coated one side with chocolate? But they are definitely digestives, those Belvitas. You're going through Batavia? Oh, please check out the candy store, okay? Take a picture of it. Wasabi Funyuns are amazing. Really? I've never seen wasabi Funyuns, Robbie. We have digestive cookies in Canada. Well, hopefully I can get them on Amazon. Yeah, he really liked them. Like, I like them in tea. but he just liked them plain. He was like really freaked out that was the last digestive. A Funyun, yeah, it's an American snack food. Belvita breakfast biscuits. I've seen those, but do they have chocolate on them? What do they taste like? Oh, and then she never had a Biscoff. Can you believe that? And I was on the subscribe and save with the Biscoff, and somehow it's got ahead of me, and I have like 3 cases of unopened Biscoff at my house, and I mean cases. So I'm sending her back with at least 1 huge sleeve of them because she likes them. You're going on a digestive tour in the UK. She says there's a whole aisle of them, Sunflower. What do they call biscuits in the UK? I know. You have digestives in Publix? Do you really, Mrs. McJagger? Where? In Florida? Mrs. McJagger? Caramel Bugles. Really? Caramel Bugles. Hi, Kathy from Texas. So anyway, yeah, so we're going to go out and get all the contraband tomorrow. The stuff they don't allow. Yeah, but she's never had Biscoff, and I have cases of them here because they got away from me. It's a cookie. It has a little hint of cinnamon. It's kind of tea or coffee. It's a hard cookie. Well, so not scones. They're cookies. Belvita, guys. Belvita. Okay, I'll check it out, Stephanie, but I don't think it's what I'm thinking of. They have a chocolate side. The check Wegmans International aisle. Really? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I can get to a Wegmans, yeah. I have a Wegmans within an hour of me. All right, we'll see what happens. I'll check it out because now he needs digestives. A lot of our biscuits are boring. Yeah, Funyuns rock. Okay. You have Biscoff. Oh, yeah, well, I have the Biscoff here too. I get these big cases of them. I don't know what that is, Potter. You're going over there, Sunflower Brown? No, Carol, it's really not about being a digestive. It's not about that. Do you mean hobnobs? No, I don't mean hobnobs. She did bring hobnobs as well, but no, these are digestives. They have a chocolate side, yes. Mommy, tell J Bells they sell Biscoffs in Poundland in huge packs. Okay, do they? Well, I'm going to send her home with a huge pack anyway. Amazon has McVitie's digestives. I'll have to look. These are in a brown wrapper. We're talking about cookies. No, we are not. No. We're totally going against sugar here. I know. Is there a U.S. food in Tesco? I want to go there. When are you going there, Sunflower Brown? I'm going back there. Back there? Oh, you're from there? Okay. Have you had Biscoffs? Yes, I have cases of them, Stephanie. Cases and cases of them. You can bake the cheesecake bottom with Biscoff too. You can use them like you do graham crackers and make a bottom for your cheesecake. I love sugar. Scooter, yes, we have them with cream and jam. But you can make them with gravy. What do you call them? What do you call them, choking on ashes? You can't call them Biscoffs. I have the Biscoff spread. Just make relaxed chocolate chip cookies if you want to get even with your narcissist. What are relaxed chocolate chip cookies? They have X-Lax or something in them? I'm going back in the fall. Oh, okay. Okay, good night, guys. I gotta go to bed because I'm gonna have to go out tomorrow, I'm sure, and get stuff. But good night all, good night all, good night all, good night all. All right, thank you to the moderators. Thank you guys for coming. Prayers for everyone that needs them. God bless. Love you guys. Bye. See you later. Oh my gosh, you haven't had a disc golf guy to try the Biscoff. They also have Biscoff spread. Yeah, try the Biscoff spread. Good night, everyone.